Alright, this video was actually going to go on the Slayer of Gram channel. That is why you will hear me kind of referencing all videos on that channel. So just so you know, I'm not going C9 or anything. But this video actually turned out to be a lot more involved, or especially in terms of length, much longer than I wanted the video to be on that channel. So that's why I graduated it here. And to be fair, we're talking about the sub 200 gram pedal system that still uses the best cleat system in the world, which is the Shimano SPD-SL. I'm sure no one will argue with that. And since it is a pretty new product anyway, I thought there might be some people interested outside of the real hardcore nerds. So let's go. Alright, Xpedo Sonik with titanium spindle and claimed 188 grams. So if you remember a few videos back, I did a video on the Ultegra pedals versus the Dura Ace, and those new Ultegra pedals, they went on my all-road bike, while the lighter Dura Ace is on my weight weenie project, so to speak. And after I had my first ride on those Ultegra pedal, I did another ride on my weight weenie bike, and then realized how worn my Dura Ace pedals has become. Like, this kind of wiggle was quite substantially more than I could ever get on the new Ultegras, which kind of makes sense. These are over 4 years old and they have never even been touched, basically. I will admit though, after 4 years, particularly this pedal, this probably needs some TLC now. But either way, this part is what gets worn, even though this is what is carbon injection, composite molding, whatever. This will wear. And first I actually thought I will just get a new pedal body, but looking into it, you can get spare parts for this, almost every single part except the pedal body itself. So it would mean brand new pedals if I wanted to take care of this, worn part. So I was looking around, and I think it was GP Llama who kind of hinted on somewhere of these new Xpedo SPD-SL compatible pedals, and they make a version with titanium spindle, and like you saw in the beginning there, we have a claimed weight of 188 grams. And if that's true, that would be a weight saving of close to 50 grams over the Dura Ace. Now, I have some experience with Xpedo in the past. I used a mountain bike M-Force 8, I think it was called, with titanium spindle in the past, and that ended with me going back to the XTR pedal. So I have pretty good expectation on what this will give me. If I can get a full season without doing any kind of maintenance, I would be very, very surprised. But yeah, that weight saving is kind of huge, especially for a kind of a weight weenie project. So that's why I decided to buy these and see how it will work out. But as long as these pedals doesn't give me any weird noises that annoy me while I'm riding, and I don't need to service them every single ride, they will meet my expectations for these pedals. But if anyone would ask me if I would recommend these over the Dura Ace for any normal kind of rider, hell no, definitely not. Like I said, these are untouched for over 4 years, and they've been solid. Well, they're so worn out that there's not really that solid now in terms of stability. But I will not get 4 years out of these. I can pretty much guarantee that. And as you can see here on the warning label, this pedal is forbidden to use on stationary exercise bikes or spin bikes. If that means trainers and stuff like that, I don't know. But as you see, maximum rider weight limit for the titanium spindle is 85 kilos. Of course, that is no problem for me. I have probably over 20 kilos to play with there. Okay, just looking a little closer, like the build quality is, yeah, it's nowhere near the Dura Ace one. I don't know what this is. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, it doesn't look super clean. It's kind of like the injection molding is kind of folded over the metal plate. Well, time will tell if that's an issue or not. But what I really wanted to double check then, of course, is the weight compared to the Dura Ace. Is it really what they say? And we'll also check the cleat compatibility, because while they say these are SPD-SL compatible, you get some cleats with this. You get two cleats actually, 0 and 4 degrees float. I'm a user of the yellow cleats when it comes to Shimano cleats, which is the cleats with the most float. So I definitely want to check out if this cleat works good enough with these pedals, because the Shimano cleats here in Japan, I can basically get them at the 7-Eleven. Not quite, but you know what I mean. If I had to rely on the Xpedo cleats, that would be more of a hassle to keep me afloat. So I want to check the cleat compatibility. I will set up the trainer and actually go through and test the different cleats and compare them with the Shimano pedals and see if there's anything I need to worry about there. But yeah, let's start with the weights. All right, we'll set the baseline with the Dura Ace pedals. 233.9 grams. The Xpedo Sonik, 184.5. And what did I say? 188 claimed. And that is borderline 50 grams lighter than the Dura Ace. That's good. It's good to know. All right, just check the cleat weights as well. The red one is 21.9. The black one is 21.7. And I don't know which one is which in terms of float. And we check Shimano cleat, 18.3. So that's another reason I want to stick with the Shimano cleats. They're lighter as well. And if you're wondering, this has like 4 or 5 rides on it, so it's basically new, although it's a bit dirty. All right, I will set this up on the bike and on the trainer, even though it said it's forbidden to use on a stationary exercise bike or spin bike. I don't know if that means a trainer, but I just want to actually check the actual cleat engagement, compare this with the Xpedo cleats as well, and compare them, how they feel, compare with the new Ultegra pedals, because like I said, these are worn, so they won't really give a good comparison. So I will set that up and get back to you. All right, so let's try the first combination, and basically that's the Sonik pedals with the Shimano cleats. So basically I just want to get this done. This is the most important combination, and I don't want to have any of the other combinations like clouding my first impression judgment. So we'll jump into this and see how it goes. Oh, it's easy click in. Here we have the normal float, and I can't really feel much of a side to side, what do you call this, this axle. So that feels pretty good. And just riding along, it doesn't feel like it's any weird kind of wobbly feeling. So yeah, that feels good. Yeah, so if I just jumped on this without knowing, I wouldn't really think about anything weird was going on. In terms of out clicking, it feels pretty normal. Yeah, I would say maybe a little bit of wiggle, nothing crazy. Before I switch cleats though, I want to put on one of the new Ultegra pedals on one side and keep the Sonik on the other one, and kind of get a deep comparison between the two. So on the right side, still have the Xpedo Sonik, and on the left side, my left, I have the Ultegra 8000. Yeah, the Ultegra has a more of a distinct click in. I think. Let's see. Same kind of float. Of course, that's because of the cleats, not the pedals really. But let's see then. This kind of movement I'm more interested in. Can't really claim that I feel a difference in terms of that. Yeah, like just pedaling along like this. If someone didn't tell me, I wouldn't know that it was two different pedals. Oh, and if I didn't mention it, the Q factor is 1 millimeter wider on the Xpedo compared to the standard Shimano pedals. So the standard Shimano is 52 millimeters and the Xpedo is 53. You see the pedals. Keeps it the right orientation for easy clipping. Yeah, that works. That works for sure. All right, let's do some cleat experiments as well. All right, so both Xpedo pedals are back on, and on the shoes, I put the red cleat on, which is, I think, is supposed to be the 4-degree float one, which is the closest you can go to match the Shimano yellow cleat. So hopefully this will feel pretty similar. And yes, in case anyone was wondering, I can use the Shimano hardware with the Xpedo cleats. No issues. Actually, I want to say that if something, the Xpedo cleat actually feels a bit sloppier than the Shimano cleat. That's kind of surprising. I want to feel it has a little more give in this direction as well. Or am I just imagining things? Oh. Definitely an easier clip out. And the clip-in is much less, what do you call it, tactile or big. Yeah, it's not as a distinct click when you clip in. Clipping out is also easier. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. For me, it's I much prefer the feel of the Shimano cleats, to be totally honest. Let's do this. Now it's the tightest. Let's do this again. Yeah, that's a little bit hard to get out. So I would say putting the tension to high makes the Xpedo cleat feel more like the Shimano cleat on low, for whatever that's worth. And I think the Shimano cleat on low is pretty much perfect for me personally. I actually want to try the Xpedo cleat on the Shimano pedals as well while we're at it. So, alright, so put both the Ultegra pedals on, and then I will have Xpedo red cleat and the Shimano. Yeah, I will say that the Xpedo cleat feels a bit sloppier than the Shimano cleat on the Shimano pedals. Well, basically the same as they felt on the Xpedo pedals. So all in all, I think the Shimano cleats are actually better even with the Xpedo pedals. And that's what I wanted, of course, and what I will keep using for the foreseeable future. And just to add to the previous segment there, I have been riding outside for a couple of rides now, and my impressions are pretty much the same as on the trainer. If someone didn't tell me that these pedals were not Shimano, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. What I haven't mentioned though is stack height, and I can't for the life of me find any specifications on that on the Xpedo sites or wherever. But for whatever it's worth, just using my eyes, I will say the Dura Ace is still a bit lower stack height than this. This is at least my impressions. In terms of the Ultegra pedals, I couldn't feel a difference when I had the two different pedals on at the same time. So I think it's pretty much in the ballpark of the Ultegra pedals for whatever that's worth. Still, it's very low stack height. I had absolutely no problems there. With all this said, this is not a review video in the sense that people do review videos on YouTube. I did not get this to make a video about it. I got this product because I actually thought I would enjoy using it, and for 50 grams, when I had gotten this bike down to the weight I have got, I will do an update video soon, is humongous without giving up that SPD-SL cleat. I couldn't be happier, but like I said in the earlier part, this pedal will not survive 4 years without any maintenance. So a sane person would not recommend this pedal over Dura Ace if you don't care about weight saving. But if you do, like me, man, it's Christmas time. Let's go ride. Peace. I'm also thinking of expanding into sport nutrition advice. There's nothing that beats this. Nothing. Nothing, I tell you.